Squid Game. It's a strange pairing of words, but at this point, it is pretty much a household name. Squid Game is a Korean language drama. It is a fictional series. It follows cash-strapped players who are lured into playing a series of games. Korean games for children, that's what they play. But these games come with deadly high stakes. Characters are shot in the head, stabbed to death, and even cremated alive. It's chilling and extreme, also very popular. Squid Game has managed to keep the audience both attentive and terrified. Episode after episode, people sit on the edge of their seats, unwilling to miss a single bloody moment. And this response has transcended national boundaries. The Korean series is a global sensation. Squid Game Season 1 became the most watched program in Netflix history. It was seen by about 142 million households in the first month. Season 2 of the series gained 68 million views in the first 4 days. This was more viewership than any other Netflix series has achieved in the premiere week. Now Season 3 is out, and it has broken Netflix viewership records again. Over its first 3 days, the series has racked up more than 60 million views. This is a new record for the platform. And this is only a small part of the Squid Game phenomenon. It has inspired endless memes, merch, Halloween costumes, even interactive experiences. By the end of Season 2, Squid Game was already a $900 million business. So if you haven't watched it yet, you may be wondering, is the show that good? Well, according to critics, the first season was brilliant, but after that, reviews have been mixed to positive. So what is the big deal then? Why is the world still hooked? Well, there is a range of factors: great characters, the dystopian theme, the raw, bleak messages that reflect on reality like debt and unemployment, also the shock and gore. Now, this is a niche genre, and it is a major reason why Squid Game is so successful. For decades now, gory or bloody and disturbing images have been a crucial part of the horror genre. But over time, gore's influence has grown. The world has begun to feel more confusing and even threatening. So shows have increasingly focused on real-life concerns, and gore has enhanced the drama. Squid Game is an example of this. But so is The Handmaid's Tale. This is a dystopian series. It brings the fears of women in Trump's America to TV screens. And it has never shied away from gore. Series that have routine levels of violence have also upped their gore game. Case in point, Game of Thrones. And in many ways, the horror genre has evolved as well. Take The Vegetarian by Han Kang. This book has some serious gory imagery. Now, all of this begs a question. Why is this much craft from books to shows this bloody? And if so many of us are repulsed by blood and violence, then why do we love it in our entertainment? Because it keeps us hooked. And research says so. Let me ask you a question. Have you watched the Game of Thrones? What is the one scene that you vividly remember? Is it the brutal massacre in the Red Wedding? What about The Godfather? Let me guess, the horse's head. You probably don't need or want these memories, but you remember them clearly. Because shock and gore engage us. The scenes may be disgusting and disturbing, but they provoke visceral shock and excitement. And we cannot forget them. Of course, not everyone loves it, but there are many people who do. Studies say that gore stimulates our brains. When consumed in healthy doses, it can be cathartic. Because we experience something that may upset us in real life, and we do it from an emotionally secure point of view. So when the scene ends, after feelings of fear, happy hormones rush in, bringing relief. And this feels good. That is what research says. But like I said, gore is for those who can stomach it. It is not for everyone, and it can go very wrong. A lot of questions are still up for debate. Are the gory scenes age appropriate? Are they good storytelling? Or have we crossed a line here? And how much is too much? There's still a lot of gray, like I said. So shock and gore sells. But is it worth biting your nails down to the skin? We say you be the judge.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 ijong.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.